Hi, my name is Spencer Rittering. I'm going to explain what a label is, explain how to enable labels, demonstrate how to apply a label to a task, explain and demonstrate how to filter for labels, and finally explain and demonstrate how to remove and delete a label. A label is a keyword or phrase applied to a task. Many tasks may have the same label, so labels are useful for connecting related tasks. Additionally, a single task may have many labels, so labels are a flexible way to organize tasks. If this sounds a bit complex, don't worry, I'll demonstrate. First, we must enable labels, if you have not done so already. To enable labels, open the Settings page by clicking the Settings item in the Options menu. Then mark the Labels Enabled checkbox. Finally, press the back button to return to the task list. Now that labels are enabled, we can start adding labels to our tasks. The fastest way to create and add labels to tasks is to open the task and type the label name in the Add Label text box. Here, I'll apply some labels to a task. When applying a label to a task, the label will be created if it doesn't already exist. You are free to create and use whichever labels you prefer. Some people may prefer large, broad categories, such as work and personal, while other people may prefer more specific terms. Labels can be very useful when configuring filters, so you may find it useful to consider what groups of tasks you want to see together. For example, if you are in school, you may want a filter which only displays your homework assignments. In this case, it is useful to have all tasks which are homework assignments labeled homework. We'll discuss using labels in filters in a moment. Applying a label is faster once the label already exists. Notice how the label names are automatically suggested. You can also apply labels to a task by long-clicking the task in the task list and choosing Label Task. Before we move on to filtering, I'm going to apply a few more labels. If you want to apply a new label, you must first create it. I'm also going to add a task which doesn't have a label. When you enable labels, your filters will automatically contain a filter control for each label you create. This label filter control allows you to include in your task list all the tasks with that label. There is also a special label filter control called Unlabeled, which allows you to include tasks which don't have any labels. Here, I'll demonstrate. I'll create a new filter called My Homework, which will only show me tasks which are homework assignments. Because all my homework tasks have the homework label, I'll enable the homework label filter control and make sure that all other label filter controls are disabled. I'm done editing this filter, so I'll tap the back button. To see my homework filter in action, I'll make it the active filter. I'll tap the back button to see the results. As you can see, only the 2 homework assignments are displayed. You can enable multiple filter controls if you want. You can also combine label filter controls with any of the basic filter controls, such as due date, priority, or status. For example, I'll create a filter to help me stay focused on my most urgent job and school tasks. I'm done editing this filter, so I'll tap the back button. To see the filter in action, I'll make it the active filter. I'll tap the back button now to go back to the task list. You may occasionally make a mistake when applying labels. In this case, I want to remove the label from this task, so I'll click the X button on the right side. It's important to note that just removing the label from the task does not actually delete it. For example, if I misspell school and apply the label and then remove the label still exists, even if it's not applied to this task. In order to fully delete the label, I need to go into any filter and delete it there. I've just explained what a label is, explained how to enable labels, demonstrated how to apply a label to a task, explained and demonstrated how to filter for labels, and finally explained and demonstrated how to remove and delete a label. I hope this tutorial has helped you better understand how to use Fling Tap Done.